Hi, welcome back to Raunchy Reality Recaps, and in this video we're going over love during lockup with Savannah and Jake. Now, this is the first time in this season seeing them. The past couple episodes they were in it, so let's get into it. Now, Savannah is shown at a theater company outside, and she's doing auditions for some show or some play about a woman in love with an inmate. So, I guess she thought she would know exactly what to do during this role. So she ends up auditioning. The girl tells her, a cute outfit, and then she starts talking to a friend about Jake, and that's when she goes into how, meeting him and everything. And apparently Jake's been in jail since he was probably around 19 years old. He's 30 now. He still has a couple years and everything. Now, her friend was asking her and everything, and that's when she came out and said, number one, she likes Jake because he's on her level, which, don't they always say this? Not on your level anywhere else, but, probably mind level, because I'm guessing as far as financial level, career level, all that, he ain't on it. So anyways, she starts talking to her friend, and she mentions how he's been engaged twice, but he won't, commit to her, which gets me thinking. I think because he was in jail pretty much when he was 19, and I think it said on there. So he's had a couple of romances, prison romances, and 2 of them were engagements. So yeah, I think this is a thing for him. So of course, she was upset because, he's proposing to these other women, but he won't propose to me. And that's when, he calls, of course, because that's how TV world works. He calls right then and there when they were filming. And she starts, talking to her about, I told my friend about you, he's like, oh, good, everything good, I hope. She's like, yeah, she kind of, we're talking about it with me and made me kind of think of things. Girl, why are you throwing your friend under the bus, okay? Why, you wanted to be the one to talk about that. So anyway, she starts, telling about the whole commitment thing. He's like, well, what do you mean? What commitment? It's like, dude, I know this ain't the first time this girl said that, so you know exactly what type of commitment she's talking about, okay? Acting like she's selling magazines or something. No, you know what commitment she's talking about. So anyways, he starts talking about this, and, kind of don't want to talk about that right now. And she's like, oh, you never want to talk about it. And that's when it goes on to her talking about how she met his mom. Apparently, he set up for both of them to visit at the same time a few years back, and that's when they met. And apparently it didn't go well. His mom somehow just thought she was, a crazy lady, or, not that good for him. Which, you can look on it both ways. Lady, your son's in jail, been in jail a while. You should be glad women actually still want him, okay? Somebody wanting to take care of him. You should be happy for that, because if homegirl ain't gonna take care of him when he gets out, guess who's gonna be taking care of a man in his 30s? Mama. So personally, I think the mom should be kind of leading in on who she thinks her son should have standards for, seeing where her son is at in life. Anyways, but again, this girl kind of seems a little bit off that rocker, so mama might just be looking out for a boy. So anyways, he basically says that, I really can't do any commitment because it's hard, because you and my mom kind of don't see eye to eye, kind of don't get along. So that's what he's using as his focal point, which, again, dude, look where you're at right now. You should be happy some girl's out there taking care of you behind, because I haven't heard how much money she's slipping you each month, but if we go off of love after lockup past, participants, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance homegirl's sending him money each month or something. She's filling up his canteen. Anyways, so she talks about that, how, his mom saying all those words really hurt her and everything. And then we see, like, in another confessional interview, her talking about how, she wants to really get married to him because she wants to celebrate her 50th wedding anniversary. And, he's going to have to get married as soon as they get out, because 50th means they'll be in their 80s. So as soon as he gets out, they need to get married. So yeah, I get this girl was thinking about the big picture and everything, but she's on landscape mode at the second, because I don't think she realized people kind of croak before they're 80 sometimes too. Like, girl, you might never reach that. Like, come on now. I think you need to be worrying about a lot of other stuff instead of, oh, well, I want to get married because I want to celebrate my 50th. Okay, so yeah, we see her hang up on the phone with him, and then the next scene, she's at her house and she's doing some paperwork, and apparently she's helping to apply for his commendation, basically saying to the governor that he's rehabilitated, here's all this stuff to prove it, please let him out. So her friend was supposed to show up, she didn't show up, and then she was talking about how his mom doesn't want to really have anything to do with it, and then she tried to call his aunt. Now, apparently her and his aunt were talking to each other, but she hasn't been able to reach her in the last few days, and then when she tries her again, it doesn't go to voicemail. And that's when she, kind of gets upset about, she's doing all this, and his family doesn't want anything to do to help her, you know what I mean? So then he calls again, TV magic, and he's sitting there talking to her, and she's talking to him about how, basically what I said about how, his family don't want to help or anything, and don't want to have anything to do with her. And he says something along the lines of he doesn't, how he doesn't, I guess, count on the relationships he has with his family. Like, he, doesn't, I guess, hold him to a value. Like, he doesn't, basically saying, it's not as strong as, it could be. He can't trust him, count on him, be there for him, and all that. But it's like, how I'm thinking is, you just literally told this girl, like, your deal with her not wanting to marry her is because of her and your mom's relationship. But then again, you can't, you don't have good enough relationship with your mom that she would even, that you can even count on her. And the fact that your mom, even though the girl might drive your mom nuts, even though your mom might not like her, this girl is literally trying to help get you out of jail, and your mom will not put that aside to at least help her with it, So how great of a relationship do you have with your mom that you have to base who you marry off of? It's how well they get along with your mom, Because, I'm seeing it, if your mom is a certain type of way to you and you can't count on the relationship, why would you base it off of how good they get along with your mom? You know what I mean? I might be y'all confusing y'all. I'm sorry. But anywho, so they start, she's starting kind of crying and everything. And that's when she said, he was telling her he loves her, she can count on her, she's been there for him and everything. And, that's why she's like, well, if you can see this, why can't your parents? And that's when she was kind of going to put in there, why don't you want to marry me? But he stopped her right there, because he's like, I'll punch you if, you say that. So she stopped there. But then you go in a confessional where she's in there and she's like, I got to keep on asking, got to peck like a woodpecker, peck, peck, peck. And it's like, girl, you are going to straight up peck yourself on the no visitation list if you keep on driving this man crazy about it. Either he wants to marry you or he doesn't. And this is a word for all the ladies out there. You shouldn't have to beg to get married. If a guy wants to marry you, he will marry you, okay? If you have to sit there and poke at him for him to finally wear him down to marry you, do you really want to marry a man like that? You know what I mean? Get you a man that's going to sit there and want to be with you and be with you only and make you happy, okay? Now, if you're a girl like me that don't really give a crap about marriage, do what you want. But if you're a girl that gives a crap about marriage, don't get with a guy that you don't know even cares about marriage as much as you do. You know what I mean? So anyways, so then we end up learning some juicy stuff. Now, apparently, they're on the phone talking, and, Hannah starts talking about the cheating rumors and asking, if that's a reason why he doesn't want to marry her. And apparently what happened was, his mother was at a bar or something, and somebody in the band, she asked him where they were from, and it was the same town that Hannah was from. So, the mom said her name, and apparently the guy got a look of disgust, and then he told Jake's mom that he met Hannah on Tinder, slept with her a couple times, and the time that he said they last slept with each other was apparently a time that her and Jake were together. So, now, I really wouldn't believe this, it's kind of iffy, could believe or could not, because if this happened after the whole visit that they had together where his mom stopped liking Hannah, then I might think, his mom's just doing this out of spite. But Hannah confirmed that she did sleep with the guy. It's just that when they slept together last time, she wasn't together with Jake yet. So she says it's without cheating. And then she's on the phone with Jake saying, we both know this is not true. He's like, no, I don't know if it's not true. I'm trusting you that it's not true. So yeah, he is right on that. And again, it just seems... Sorry. It really seems like if she's confirming that she did sleep with this guy, so who knows if she really cheated with him or not, And I know in the last episode with Jade as well, this past episode, and I forgot to say it on hers, but in the episode she says, she's been together with what's-his-face, Chris, for 5 years, and she hasn't slept with him physically or whatever with him. So I'm thinking you just say with him, but you didn't say with anybody. But anywho, let's get back to this couple. So they're on the phone, talking through it and everything. And that's when, girl brings up marriage again. And he's like, I don't want to get married to you because I don't want to tie this to this, I guess he was talking about jail, which... I get it. You don't want to sit there and remember your day you got married to be the day when you were incarcerated. I completely get that. But how many different excuses are you going to use not to marry her? Because, I don't know. This is like the third one. I don't know. But it seems like a lot of different excuses he's given not to marry the girl. And she's just going to keep on. So I really think, she's just going to drive the man crazy until he, just straight up, puts her on the no visitation list. But anyways, that's all I had for this week. I'll get back to next week as well. And the other couples, you should see them out soon today also. So y'all have a great day. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye.